Everyone's talking about Rotten Tomatoes and how Rise of Skywalker's doing. Let's take a look. Some reviews from critics, the score, what it is now. Here we see it, 58%, and I'm recording this Thursday night, and yesterday, during the day on Wednesday, it was on like 53%, so it bumped up a little bit. My prediction is it's going to probably stay rotten, under 60%. We don't have audience scores, and the audience score, I think, is going to be very split down the middle. There are some people enjoying this movie, but there are a lot of people who aren't enjoying it. So let's take a look now at what some critics say. And they're pretty split, and some of them are pretty entertaining. I took a look before. So James Burrandoli says, "It's too bad the Star Wars saga has saved the worst for last, and that's the thing. These movies have gotten progressively worse in my opinion. Force Awakens I didn't like, but I was willing to accept it if the follow-ups were good." And they weren't. Then The Last Jedi, then now this. So Ty Burr from the Boston Globe says, "In terms of pure narrative, it's satisfying. What it very rarely is inspired." So I haven't seen this thing yet because I'm holding off, and I'm going to have a hard time sitting through this because I've heard how bad it is from people I trust and people I pretty much agree with on everything. So I'm thinking when I finally get around to seeing it, and not in the theater, I'll see it, but, not going to discuss how. I'm going to be struggling, fast-forwarding, stuff like that. But, the point is, from what I gather, from what I've seen and heard, that it looks like it's just thrown together to please everyone, and it ends up pleasing nobody, and, I'm sure that's pretty accurate. This guy says, from Battle Royale with Cheese, "The Rise of Skywalker has only managed to forget to make itself feel important, and as a result ends the Skywalker saga with a film of wondrous moments that becomes hollow when viewed as part of something larger." And that's another thing that not even these critics that I've read so far, I've read a couple dozen of these, nobody seems to say, well, it ruins the legacy of Anakin and Luke, from the old trilogy, so of course that's going to be bad. No one says that. So these people are judging it, and to be fair, the movie critics, they're judging it as it is, as a film on the whole, so that's making it even better in their eyes. If you judge it as somebody who's been attached to Anakin's legacy and Luke and respected it and loved it since you were a child, that's going to seriously hurt the score down to about dumpster fire level. But these people are being more fair about it. Matt Looker from the Schnitz liked it. He says, "This follow-up feels like a lack of conviction from the franchise as a whole. This is despite the film being just about the best possible version of a final Star Wars film." Sounds confusing. Sounds like I didn't like it so much. Simon says, "It is an act of cowardice that seems a beloved 9-film saga sputter to a hugely disappointing and unaffecting end. Congratulations, Internet, you killed the thing. Aham, loved." Not sure how the Internet killed it. That would be Kathleen Kennedy, J.J. Abrams, the Story Group, and so on who killed it. And we got a lot of these. I'm not going to read all 225. Let's keep going a little more because they're interesting. So Julie Washington says, "It's an exciting, absorbing, and emotional conclusion that lifts the entire franchise to new heights." Wow, Julie. Lifts the franchise to new heights by pretty much disregarding and disrespecting what came before? Yeah, new heights. Excellent comment. "The Rise of Skywalker is an unwieldy mix of fan service, mystery unboxing, and actual effective character moments." Character moments. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. "While it has some fun moments, solid performances, and striking imagery, it's simply too procedural and soulless to be anything more than adequate." And yeah, I felt that just from seeing the trailers and seeing some footage I've seen now, some leaked footage, that it just feels very stiff in a way. "I'm genuinely stunned that not only did Abrams learn nothing from the risk taken by Johnson, but also that he actively attempts to dismantle some of Johnston's boldest choices." So I guess Steven here is a fan of The Last Jedi, so some fans of The Last Jedi aren't going to like that Abrams played it safe because they have no continuity here. They have a guy taking crazy, stupid, deliberate risks with our beloved characters in The Last Jedi. Then, for Part 1 and Part 3, they have this guy who plays it totally safe. It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't mix. It's actually, well, irritating, plus a bunch of other words I'm not going to say right now. This guy here says, The Rise of Skywalker unfortunately becomes a forgettable nostalgia-pushing fodder, and some people will criticize that there's too much nostalgia pushing, and I agree too much is not a good thing. You know, you need some, but once it becomes deliberate, like Finn and Poe playing the alien chess on the Falcon, it's like, well, why did you put that in there? Come on. I don't really need to see Finn and Poe playing the alien chess. It just makes me feel weird. You know, that was a classic moment in Star Wars, and you can't get that back. So when you throw too many moments like that, it hurts. Nostalgia works best when it goes in the story, when you have a great chance for it, like in The Mandalorian, when they show the Jawas and their culture and things like that. You feel that, you know, nostalgia from episode 4, and it works. It's world building. It's in there. It's great. So I'm sure that the nostalgia in The Rise of Skywalker was, like people keep saying, member berries. You know, I believe people. I am damn sure when I see this stupid thing that it's going to feel like member berries to me too. Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is made for one specific fan and to appease them. It limits its storytelling and characterization to a sloppy degree. Now, I've heard a lot of people disagree, and I disagree just based on knowing what's going on with Star Wars, is they probably went to please everybody. Obviously, they threw in the kiss at the end. Yeah, spoilers. Dun dun dun. They threw in the kiss at the end to please the Reylo fans. They threw in nostalgia to please the OT fans. And they threw in, you know, Rey, Poe, and Finn as the trio to please the modern fans, or the fans of the Disney trilogy specifically. We'll leave it to Abrams to procure more mystery boxes, but maybe this time it was one too many. So Richard Jordan probably thinks he's being diplomatic or something. The Rise of Skywalker is a mostly satisfying spectacle. It's fun, entertaining, visually dazzling, and yes, emotional in parts too. But as the grand finale of the Skywalker saga, it falls somewhat short of the mark, and I would say very freaking short. It actually, like I said, ruins the saga. It should never be so clear to audiences that something in the filmmaking process has gone so terribly wrong. Thank you. You know what? This seems like one of the most accurate comments to me, and with Leia being added in, which is awkward, and the awkward moments we have, like Rey slides down this sand hill like she's on a snow sled, it looks really retarded. And, you know, when they have stupid things like that, like Finn screaming through the whole movie, it's just like, where was the script going? What's going on here? You know, we have all these disjointed ideas about killing the past, about how 3PO's mind has to get wiped because, you know, we don't want his mind to live on. We want everything gone and dead moving forward deliberately. So it just seems like the filmmaking is nowhere to be seen, and the planning and plotting of Kathleen Kennedy to ruin the past and everything is clear. So that's about it. I mean, there's 200 of these damn things, and they're very mixed. There's some positive ones, but even the positive ones are kind of negative, or throwing a negative comment or something like that. It just seems like these people are giving it better ratings at times because they're ignoring the destruction of the Anakin legacy, and when Anakin's legacy got ruined, it also ruins what the characters fought for to get to that point where Luke could confront Palpatine like what Leia did, Han did, Lando did, Chewie did, the droids did, the Rebels did, all of them did in the prequels. It makes their efforts, you know, pretty nil, because then Palpatine comes back and that's not even explained. Oh Lord, this is a mess. Anyway, I'm doing shoutouts, special thanks, things like that. I'm going to link some other videos at the end of this video. Click some of those. I got a video where Kathleen Kennedy lies to the Japanese press because I'm here in Japan. Check that out, and I will see you next time.